Hello everyone and assalamu alaikum. This is a request based video on intelligence test by Terra Knowledge. So before moving towards the intelligence test, I decided to first talk on intelligence, what actually intelligence is, because it is something that we all really need to understand it. So once we get the point of intelligence and how it is understood by different people, and we will discuss about intelligence, the theories of intelligence, and then we will move towards the intelligence test, in which we will discuss about why there was a need for intelligence test and why intelligence tests were developed. Obviously, intelligence tests were developed to assess the intelligence of a person, but there are some more other reasons that we people really need to understand. So that's why I have first made the video on intelligence. So this will be the part one, in which we'll go through some few definitions of intelligence. Then in our next video, we'll discuss the theories of intelligence. In this way, the point will be more clear, and you will get to know what actually intelligence is. And then in the end, you will finally get the point why there was a need to create such kind of intelligence tests, and what are intelligence tests, and how many types of intelligence tests are there. And I'll try my level best to complete or to cover this topic as quickly as soon as possible. It might take 1 week or less than a week, maybe 2 or 3 days. So this video is all about intelligence, and then after that we'll move towards the intelligence test, because this is a request based video. So I tried my level best to create the video or lecture as easy as possible and as informative as possible. So let's start with our today's video. So as usual, I start with a definition in order to clear the point and you people get proper notes and you people understand the point more quickly. So what actually intelligence is? I've included definition, the modern definition of intelligence whenever you're studying psychological testing or testing psychology. So this definition is more widely acceptable or reliable. And so the definition of intelligence is that intelligence measures potential to solve problem, adapt to changing circumstances, and profit from experience. Now, what actually intelligence is and what intelligence is, it is basically a person's general potential to solve problem, adapt to changing circumstances, think abstractly, and profit from experience. So that's what actually intelligence is. But I've included some other different definitions of intelligence according to different people, what actual intelligence is, and how the intelligence definition were molded from time to time, and how different definitions were formed from time to time. So basically, in our day-to-day conversation, we often comment that a particular child or individual is very intelligent or is not intelligent. So all such comments are based on our observation of the performance or behavior of the individual concerned in comparison to others of his group. So what makes an individual behave or perform well or not well in his group? Interest, attitude, the desire for knowledge, communicative skill, and similar other attributes towards his performance or behavior. So however, there's something else which is also responsible to some degree or to be included. So that's why I've included some definitions of intelligence in order to define what actually intelligence is according to different people. So Stern in 1914 defined intelligence as intelligence is a general capacity of an individual consciously to adjust his thinking to new requirements, and it is the general mental adaptability to new problems and conditions of life. And then in the same year, in 1914, Thorndike gave the definition of intelligence. And according to him, intelligence may be defined as the power of good responses from the point of view of truth or fact. So this truth or fact point of view. So he defined intelligence as the power of good responses from the point of truth or fact. So basically, the definition were changed from time to time, and different people give their own opinions and their own definitions. So Thurman in 1921 said that. Thurman said that an individual is intelligent in the proportion that he is able to carry on abstract thinking, whereas Wagner in 1937, according to him, intelligence is the capacity to learn and adjust to relatively new and changing conditions. So, apart the Woodworth and Marcus in 1948, then he defined intelligence. Woodworth and Marcus, they defined intelligence as intelligence means intellect put to use. It is the use of intellectual abilities for handling a situation or accomplishing any task. And Jean Piaget in 1952, according to him, intelligence is the ability to adapt to one's surrounding. So, apart from the foregoing definitions, there are several more, but all of them is taken separately. Give an incomplete picture because each of them emphasizes a single aspect. So, for instance, they define intelligence as the ability to learn, to deal with abstraction, to make adjustments, to adapt to new situation, or the ability or power to make appropriate responses to certain stimuli in a given situation. So in the view of the space in the existing definition, David Wechsler in 1944, who devised the adult intelligence test, which we'll be discussing in great detail. So he tried to provide a somewhat comprehensive definition, and according to him, intelligence is the aggregate or global capacity of an individual to act purposely, to think rationally, and to deal effectively with his environment. So Wechsler also provides a criterion for defining intelligent behavior in terms of 4 characteristics. That is, it involves awareness, it is goal-oriented, rational, and has value. So, taking a cue from this criterion, Stoddard in 1943 defined intelligence as the ability to undertake activities that are difficult, complex, and abstract, and which are adaptive to a goal and are done quickly, and which have social value, and which lead to the which leads to the creation of somewhat new and different. So, however, both these so-called comprehensive definitions also have some under severe criticism. They also come under severe criticism due to differences of opinion among psychologists. But however, the terminology and language used in defining intelligence apart, there seems to be somewhat agreement among the psychologists. They agree on the following points, or they agree on the following: that intelligence must be understood as the mental capacity or mental energy available with an individual at particular time in a particular situation. And number 2 is that this mental capacity helps him in the task of theoretical as well as practical manipulation of the things, objects, or events present in his environment in order to adapt to or face new challenging and problems of life as successfully as possible. And number 3 is that his capacity or the fund of mental energy available with him can be judged only in terms of the quality of his behavior or performance. So keeping all these basic factors in mind, we may attempt a viable definition of intelligence as a sort of mental energy in the form of mental or cognitive abilities available with an individual, which enables him to handle his environment in terms of adaptive to face nonverbal situation as effectively as possible. So in terms of definition, we can assess a person's intelligence in proportion to his ability to use his mental energy to handle his problems and leading a happy and contented life. So this was the end of the video. In our next video, we'll be discussing about the theories of intelligence, in which we'll discuss about factor theories of intelligence and multi-factor theories and group factor theories and etc. So in this video, we came to know what intelligence is and how different people had different opinions and how they have different opinions about intelligence and what current definition of intelligence is used today and how different psychologists agreed on a few points which we have discussed in a previous slide. So if you like this video, your concept is clear, you can click on the like button. If not, you can ask us in the comment section and we will be happy to help you out. Plus, if you're new to this channel and you want to stay notified, you can subscribe to Dear Knowledge, click on the bell icon, and so you will never ever miss any notification. Plus, you can share the link of this channel, this video with your family members and friends, because sharing is caring. Until then, Allah Hafiz.